Hi everyone, it's Vicky. Welcome to my channel. And today, Venus and Mars went to the movies, and we saw a brand new release movie. It was released today, at least in our area, and it is called 80 for Brady, and it's a comedy, and it's about four women. I think they're lifelong friends, or if not, long time friends, who decide to, live their life their best way and go to the Super Bowl. They've been getting together for like 16 years, getting together to watch the game. They have all these superstitions. I like to tell you about the movie without spoiling it for you, but which is sometimes hard to do. But anyway, what did I think of the movie? What did we think of the movie? Well, I was a little concerned. Jerry wasn't that interested in going, but he went. And he did enjoy himself, so I'm glad he went. But at the beginning of the movie, like many movies, there's a little bit of a setup as to what's going on. I thought we were going to lose him there. I thought he was going to close his eyes and snooze because our theater has the reclining chairs. And it wasn't too cold in there this time. But anyway, long story short, once you get past that and you get into the Super Bowl thing, this movie doesn't stop. It keeps you moving. Those ladies are busy. Lots of things happen in it, and their attempt to get into the Super Bowl. Also, there's a lot of other people in the movie other than just Lily Tomlin, Sally Fields, Rita Moreno, and Jane Fonda, who are the main stars. But there's also some other people you'll recognize, including Tom Brady. But there's other characters, and I'll just let that be a surprise to you if you haven't already read about it. But yeah, these gals are just living large doing this. Anyway, they try to win some tickets to the Super Bowl, but like I said, I'm not going to tell you too much about it. I don't want to spoil anything. Let you enjoy the whole movie. But what I will say is that we both enjoyed the movie. There are a lot of subtle humor, especially at the beginning, like little things Sally Field said or whatever, that are kind of funny. That I think Jerry not having 100% hearing missed some of that. Plus, he went into it thinking he wasn't going to like it. It's just, a girl movie or something, But I think he missed some of that. But then once it got closer to the Super Bowl, it got pretty exciting. In fact, I found myself rooting for the Patriots during the Super Bowl scenes, even though they're talking about the Super Bowl in 2017. So, it's been way over, right? So, no, I highly recommend the movie. And Jerry was very glad that he went, and he enjoyed it as well. And I noticed when we were pulling up to the theater, there were a lot of ladies who were older than me. They had probably, 10 years on me, 15 years on me going in. And when we got in there, it was the fullest I have seen any theater around here, any movie theater, since we started going to the movies somewhat regularly, because we bought the pass. And so we have unlimited access to Regal theaters. And normally there's not that many people in the theaters, but this time it was pretty full. It wasn't completely sold out. Like the first two rows were available, and I think there were some seats in the very back and stuff. But when I looked around when we first walked in there, the lights were on, of course. And yeah, I felt young. So it definitely attracted a certain demographic, and I'm glad to hear it because I don't think women of age are that represented in theater, movies. We're a very youth conscious culture, so it was very nice to see this. And in the previews that they show for upcoming movies, there was another movie that had Rita Moreno. Am I saying her name right? I think it's like that. I think that's how you say it. And I believe Jane Fonda. But anyway, two of the four, and some other upcoming movie that's with mature women as well. So I didn't catch the name of that because I was trying to get my popcorn and my soda all configured, and my phone was going off and all of that. So, yeah, you get free popcorn and soda sometimes. So anyway, yeah, 2 thumbs up for 80 for Brady. All right, so the second movie we saw, now we saw this probably a month ago, but due to cruises, we had some back-to-back cruises. We had a lot of cruises, as you probably know, in the fall and into the new year. And then COVID influenza, I guess I had, a sinus infection, and then I had this gastro thing. So I've been sort of out of commission, and at first I just wanted time to think about it before I talked about it, because I have a real mixed feeling on this next movie. But it was Avatar, the water one. I forget the whole title of it. I should pull it up. See how professional I am? But it was the re-release. Or it was the new release. And right now, what brought it up, and I wasn't even going to talk about it, but the theaters around here are kind of re-releasing it again. Because it didn't stay that long. These new movies don't stay long. In fact, I missed The Whale by a day. I wanted to see that. But Jerry and I both Mars and I both kind of had the same opinion about it. It was a beautiful movie. I mean, the cinematography, I don't even know if you call it cinematography, if it's computer generated. I don't know how that works. But anyway, it was beautiful, very beautiful. And it was interesting because I'd, seen some of the other movies, and, because they were forest people, that's all I really thought about was, all the avatars being in this forest environment. Well, the avatars are in the forest environment, but the people, I forget what the name of the people are called. But anyway, there are people like them, but in different areas. And in this movie, as the name implies, they go and stay, and I'm not going to tell you why, I'm not going to, spoil anything, but they go and stay with some, I'm going to call them water people. They're people like them, big blue people, but they're a little more turquoise, and they're more fishy instead of, I think they have some, I don't remember everything about them in particular, but, they're just more, I think they had some scales or fins or something a little different than the characters we know from the previous Avatar movies. And they go stay with them. And it's a very violent movie. And for that reason, I don't know that I would recommend it. And I also think it drops some stories in people. Like they introduce somebody, I can't remember who it was, as the gal who played Nurse Jackie. I can never remember her name. Anyway, they introduce her as some sort of person of power, and then they just sort of drop her in the middle of it. I'm like, well, what happened to her? And then there was other little thing and a couple little things that was a little hard to suspend my disbelief. Although I could suspend my disbelief about these people, these tall blue people and all of that. But there were a few things that asked me too much. Like I said, I think it was a beautiful movie. I think some of the moral of the story, is good, that sort of thing. But there's a heck of a lot of violence, and I wouldn't watch it a second time, I guess is what I'm saying. And sometimes that's Tika barking. So anyway, I'm not saying don't see it if you like the Avatar movies. I'm just saying that if you're sensitive to violence or you don't care for violence, you might want to rethink this one. But again, it is a beautiful movie. I don't regret seeing it, but I wouldn't send anybody to see it just because of the violence. I mean, it's the way it is. So both of us kind of gave it a thumbs down, not a complete thumbs down, but so maybe it would be like this. Yeah, I was surprised. I thought Jerry would like it because he doesn't seem to have problems with war movies and, Kill Bill and Pulp Fiction and movies like that. I won't even watch. I've never seen all of Pulp Fiction. I've walked in, and same with Kill Bill. That's too much. I don't like that. So anyway, that is our take on it. Out of the two movies, I would recommend 80 for Brady. You'll get a good laugh, and it's doesn't let you down. Once it gets moving, it never stops. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.